What's good, Footy Culture fam? My name is Matthews, Ikematozinho, and all I gotta say is, a leopard never changes its spots. But in this case, a zebra never changes its stripes. Think about it.
Yeah, I got
Just deep that. Just deep that. And with that being said, today, boys, we're coming out with another episode of the Footy Culture Podcast. Once again, I'm joined today by Chris, depressed Juve fan.
Yep.
I feel like Pogba, eh?
Yep, down the mud, just like Pogba.
Jeez.
Damn.
We got the depressed United fan, Dan.
Cleanup crew.
Yeah, it's been a while since the actually, no, I lied. Cleanup crew's been together.
Been here.
We were here last week.
I'm not depressed. No. We'll get into it, but I'm not depressed.
All right. We got a content Dorman fan over there.
Content, man. Content. Barely. It was close.
It's close.
Yeah, boys. Today, talking United Arsenal, talking that Juve scandal, and more. Oh, with that being said, let's get into that United versus Arsenal game. Quite a fixture, man. Crazy game.
What a good
Entertainment
game.
all around. Probably the best game of that day that we saw.
Game of the season?
Game of the season?
In
I don't know.
Prem?
Let's see. We'll have to think about it.
That was probably,
I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really
Man
think.
City.
Oh, yeah, that was
That you guys watched, that you watched
but
live.
like, it wasn't like back and forth. Like, you know, where both teams kind of had it.
That was a good game.
That's true.
So,
All I gotta say is Saka.
Bro, Bukayo Saka,
What a
bro.
player.
Who here was slandering Saka before? 'Cause I know at least one of y'all weren't rating Saka.
Could have been me, to be
But
honest.
It could
Saka is
also
that
been
guy,
me.
bro. Saka is that dude.
He is that dude. Yeah.
Some are saying he's the best winger in the world right now.
No. okay.
no.
Best
Okay.
right winger
That's
in the
insane.
world.
Right winger? Because
Who
there's
else
not
is
that
up
many good right wingers. So maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, I'll think of it. Let's see. Technically, Messi's a right winger, no?
No.
For PSG?
I don't know about that.
For Paris, yeah.
Besides that, though, Rashford.
He's
Rashford.
left wing.
Left wing.
Best
But
left
no,
winger
but like
in the
that,
Prem?
But that was a good finish.
Oh, like,
Oh.
yeah, he also played
and
very
he's
well.
been on fire the last couple of games.
He was
Mhm.
United's best player for
So-
sure.
Definitely player of the season this year.
It's been like kind of him and like Casemiro just like carrying United, right?
100%. Yes, those two for sure, 100%.
Even Martinez, too.
Martinez too when he's available. But then even like when the team is structured well and the players are like playing and like they show up, like everyone kind of does their work. Like Shaw's having his pretty decent season too, moving center back and left back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka as of recently, even though Della I think his injury, he was brought in. He was playing well as like a holding like a fullback. And then the defenders too. Varane's doing well. The head does good saves here and there. And Bruno does his thing. Eriksson again is also doing well. But again, it just depends on like everyone needs to be playing the right position at the right time and like with the right players. Compared to like example this Arsenal game. Like McTominay, like that guy should not play football ever again.
But who else is he gonna play there instead of like
But no,
Casemiro was obviously
I get
suspended?
it. But like that's the thing. When one thing is off, then the whole
team off.
machine's gonna be like off.
Especially a position like that.
So that like as much as we were doing well going forward, it came down to the end of the game, and actually most of the part of the game where we were being pressed and the possession was shown. Like Arsenal
Yeah.
had the whole game,
Yeah.
and they were pressing us from the very start. So they scored that goal. We tied with that Rashford one, which was a beautiful hit, and then we were down every single time. Then it was 2-1. Then it was 2-2. Then finally it was 3-2. But
Mhm.
the biggest part was the midfield, because as much as we had counterattacks going forward here and there, we just didn't have like that like recovery player to recover and then send the ball through, send Rashford through again, or even Whitehorse or whatever. But unfortunate for Whitehorse's game, he didn't have much action for a start, and even Anthony was so off this game.
He sucked.
I think Anthony's a bit of a flop.
Anthony was off.
Like
this
it's tough to
game.
say after one season, but he hasn't like done anything like to prove nearly his price tag, you know?
But like even before he was purchased, did you guys think like, damn, Anthony, like he's a solid?
Not really.
winger?
Nah, like he's an okay player, but like 100 mil, that's pushing it way too much.
He was just part of that purple patch with Ajax. Like that
Yeah.
whole Ajax team had a bit of a purple patch last season in the Champions League, and I think like that like got a lot of players like hyped.
But he's definitely not worth the price tag because even just
A lot of
knowing-
money.
I think Man U were just desperate, and then Ajax knew they can put any price tag on him, and they would still buy him.
Yeah. He's a bit of a one-trick pony.
So he was just sold at the right time to the right team, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then there was even moments like he was running, and the guy couldn't even like hold his head up.
That one where Partey
Partey just
caught him, bro.
I was like, what?
He-
Partey is that quick?
But he was running, and he was running. It looks like he was going to start stumbling over. But like,
Yeah,
okay,
bro.
sure, he's good when he has ball in his feet and he's like still, he can't really run with it. But when he's in like their final third, okay, he can beat a couple players here and there, has a good decent shot on him. But like, he's not a player you're sending through into wing play, hopefully like to counterattack, give that right nice through pass into whoever's up top, right? So end of the day, like Rashford's still miles ahead of him. And then it's just unfortunate that, I don't know, maybe this isn't the game for Weghorst.
I don't think it was.
Because the way we were playing, it wasn't adapted to a player like him. I would have rather had just Rashford, sit at the top, let him just linger right next to the defenders there, and hopefully we send the ball through. Because that was pretty much the game we had. We didn't have any recovery play. We didn't have the possession. We really were just sending balls through. And maybe toss in. I wanted Garnacho to be tossed in there maybe near the end of the game, but the thing only made one sub, Fred. Because I get it. We were missing the midfield, but what was Fred really going to do at that moment in time?
Amen. Sancho's back in training.
And what was that supposed to be?
He's looking slim, bro. He's looking
Is he looking slim?
I seen the pictures, man. I seen the before and after. Man's looking slim. I'm telling you guys now, remontada. Second half of the season, man. Slim Sancho.
Nah.
Might be a wrap, bro.
First game back, he's going to have a stinker. And then on Twitter, you're going to see that picture of Troops with the anything wear started caption.
Nah, bro. Slim Sancho. He's looking slim in training again. Looking like 2018, 2019.
Really, yeah?
He's looking slim, man.
I think Sancho would have been a solid player in this game because a hold-up play, can put that nice pass through. You don't really need the speed going forward, but I don't know. Overall, good game from Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal.
I think it was a domination.
Odegaard played well.
The whole team
more
played
possession, more shots.
Like every player in that 11, and even the players that came on as subs, they all know their role. And everyone in the team knows each other's role. And because of that, it's like a lot of times I seen Zinchenko, when he had the ball, he wouldn't even look. He knew right away where to play the ball, and he knew that one of his teammates was going to be there in that position. It's like they're so well drilled. Arteta has them just like,
he's got him cooking.
It's like a science. And it's like Odegaard attacking in the midfield. Saka, every time he gets that ball, he's going to cause danger. And like that goal was brilliant.
I like the way Zinchenko plays because he's not he's an inverted fullback. So he goes into the midfield a lot to kind of like hope that, there isn't much of a counterattack going into the midfield. So he kind of supports the midfield.
Yeah, he plays like he's still on City.
While Martinelli and Saka kind of like do support the wing a little bit more going back. Yeah. But I like the way he goes forward. And then, like that team just, they can play with that ball and they develop that play with each other. Like you don't see them like running away from the ball. They all want the ball. So they all show they're all being available to the player who has the options there. And then that's how we were being screwed because like we're trying to shape ourselves, but they didn't. I think they play. I don't know. I'm gonna say it, but I think they play better than City do possessively.
Arsenal?
Yeah,
they're more.
It's not crazy to say
because they're not. City are
more direct.
City are dependent. No, City's more direct because City are more direct because they look for that one player, versus De Bruyne or whoever. Direct pass through, direct pass. Maybe direct to Mahrez, direct to thing. But when the midfield, you see Odegaard, Xhaka, even what's his name, Zinchenko coming into the midfield, and they're kind of passing the ball together. Saka coming in to support. Same thing with Martinelli. Meanwhile, like when it comes to City, like when we were facing them that game, De Bruyne had to turn around a lot and pass back because Rodri was kind of dropping into the midfield a lot too, and even Haaland had to drop because everyone was spread out. They're kind of playing donut football where it was literally De Bruyne in the midfield.
Yeah.
And like it was just him kind of trying to send balls through. But Arsenal were like playing like not tiki-taka, but they were like, available options, possession. So I think they're playing better football than City are this season.
Yeah.
I mean, it's evident by their position, the leaderboards too, right?
50 points from 19 games.
Yeah.
Like Centurion pace.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I know I said Saka was the best player. I take it back though. I think actually Martin Odegaard was the best player in that game. The way he dictated the tempo of that game was insane.
Yeah, bro.
Some of the fancy passes that he was making that he was actually getting on.
Bro, he did like a kind of like a flip flop pass.
Yeah, a little flip flop pass. That was crazy.
And that almost went through. But yeah, Odegaard, he's been something else. He's getting that wonder kid.
He's living up.
He's fulfilling it. He's fulfilling it. Madrid let him go a little bit too early.
It's tough though, because
they do that sometimes.
He wasn't like that good at the time too, and like Madrid like weren't really looking for like his kind of profile back then.
No, they didn't, because at the time they had Isco, they had even just.
They still had the trio of midfielders.
Yeah.
You can't really
like it was
crack
tough
it.
it's tough to crack that midfield three even,
I don't know,
right?
he does suit Arsenal. He suits Arsenal.
He
He's an
does.
Arsenal player.
And he's
an
captain
Arsenal
too, bro, and he's
So,
super young. Like the way
yeah.
he's leading this team.
I think
exemplary.
I know he was a Madrid player, but I think he would suit Barca so nicely. I think he'd be because he's great, but like
Plays that half space.
he's unpressable. You can't really press him because he'll get out of that space very easily, and he's great in possession. I think he'd be. I think that should have been a Barca player.
Never say never, man. You never know.
I mean, I doubt it would happen.
It won't happen. It won't
don't
happen.
think
I'm
so?
just saying that should have.
Nah,
that should have been
Barca's
the
not looking
player.
at him, bro.
Barca should have got
Yeah,
instead of
because
Madrid at that point.
whoever.
But you never knew that this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. Overall, it was a great game. Ten Hag maybe just didn't have the options on the bench when it came down to the final quarter of the game.
I mean, he's got options on the bench,
does.
but
But
he's
do you blame
not
him?
really making the right subs.
I'm not blaming.
You could say Arteta doesn't really have options off the bench. The
no,
way that
but he
United
has
do.
he had the team that he needed to play that game. I guess you can't really say that. Okay, we had Casemiro. Casemiro is one player, but Casemiro is a big factor.
Yeah, of course.
This exact same team without Casemiro, we lost 4-0 against Brentford. Right? So, like, Casemiro was literally the biggest part of this team, and if he didn't have the yellow card and he would have played this game, I'm not saying he would have won, but it would have been a completely different game.
Yeah, for sure.
But why not switch it up by bringing on, like you said, Garnacho, or you could bring on. I don't know if I can't remember if Martial was on the bench. You could have brought on someone like Martial.
I would have liked to see Garnacho, but the thing is that as soon as you put Garnacho in,
Came on too late.
You put on Whitehorse, take off Whitehorse, you put Rashford up top, but we still lose the midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McTominay, that
there's
guy
nothing you
should
can
not
do.
play football. Like, he was literally invisible the whole game. It's like, what was he doing?
There's
And
nothing
then
you can do.
it was Ericsson defending.
Yeah. That's why
Bruno was
Casemiro
defending, but
and
like,
Ericsson work good together because Casemiro could do all the defending. Ericsson will do all the
So-
attacking.
that's why, like, the fact that two players like Fred and McTominay can't do one thing like that Casemiro provides by himself, like, you need two guys to do his job, and it's still not good enough.
We know he's one of the best, man.
Yeah, good game. That was a good game.
It was.
Is that more so like a United problem where they kind of have to like rely on like one player to kind of save
No,
them?
but it's true though. Like, if there's one player that's off the team, and like, hey, who can I compare it to? I don't know. Let's say Arsenal didn't have Odegaard on the pitch. Would they have really had those opportunities going forward?
I mean, maybe
Maybe
I mean-
I don't think they would be.
So
in a one-off game, I think they'd still do pretty decent. The way that they're drilled and how like the team performs.
yeah, but Odegaard was a big
I
part
don't
of
know.
that team.
Odegaard's a big piece of that team.
Or it's like if City didn't have Rodri.
Yeah, that too.
Like Phillips can come in, but he's not the same player that Rodri is. And it's like if you're going up against, like, if City didn't have Rodri and they went up against Arsenal, I think that would have impacted them greatly.
Yeah. And what about, like, you know, the Dortmund and Bellingham? If Bellingham's not playing, you know, like, he's kind of a big player of that team as well. It sucks because it's one player. And these players are literally irreplaceable on some teams.
Yeah.
So they just suit the style of play perfectly. They're like the best player for what the manager wants going forward. And then just, when you don't have them, like, it's a big letdown. So it is what it is, man. It's football.
Yeah.
Some players are
It is
just
what it is.
next level, world class. And Casemiro is one of them.
And Newcastle stays in third place.
We're tied, but it's the goal differential, right? They're like a +22 or like +7.
They don't concede a lot of
Mad.
goals, Newcastle.
Oh,
they play
mad.
some.
Just get results.
They play some haram ball.
They drew against Crystal Palace this weekend, which was not bad. We lost against Crystal Palace midweek too, which was
Why
ridiculous.
don't you guys tie?
We tied. Sorry, yeah. So
That last minute free kick from, was it Elise?
at least,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice goal.
But you can't complain about that. Like, we were up 1-0 to the very last second, and that was a free kick. So
Yeah, it's tough.
that's the Premier League. Arsenal looking to win the league then.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Because
City are still
what,
in
they
it.
still got to play him twice still?
Yeah, but man, this Arsenal team looks good.
Not if Haaland has something to say about that though.
Do you guys see City beating Arsenal twice though?
Yeah.
I don't know
can see Arsenal
twice.
get a draw.
I
Arsenal
can
can get a draw.
I can see a win for City and then a draw.
I could see
think that's what
maybe
I'm
a win
saying.
both ways.
Yeah,
They split it.
Oh, 1-1.
maybe.
I can see him splitting it. Because I think Haaland has that, at least one of those games, I think he has the ability to just take over the game. Whereas I don't really think Arsenal have a player that can take over a game.
Odegaard.
Can't take over a game.
Good.
Saka.
Odegaard could definitely take over a game.
Not the same way Haaland can.
He can't take it over in a goal scoring perspective. Yeah, no.
But he can take it over in the midfield, but who's going to score the goal?
And get you.
Not every game.
Why not?
He's been scoring.
little purple.
Or
patch.
when's Gabriel Jesus coming back?
Still, man.
He won't be starting once he comes back from injury.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. I mean, that's not a bad thing to have. Have two strikers that are balling out.
I see Arsenal fans saying that when Jesus comes back from injury,
Winger?
they want to put him wing and then Nketiah striker.
So who do you think of Martinelli?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't think that'd be too bad, to be honest.
And Nketiah in the wing.
Who's playing left
No,
wing?
Nketiah striker.
Then
just
in the wing.
Jesus on left
That's
wing.
his natural position, no?
More so
He
right
used to
wing.
play left wing.
Yeah.
But you can't take Saka off the right wing. He just does too much damage there.
Yeah.
No, it'll be interesting to see. I think at this point, the only team I can see challenging Arsenal, I think, would be City.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think
Haaland got his 4th hat trick so far in the league this season.
he's got more hat tricks than Ronaldo had.
More than Ronaldo, bro.
For how good Haaland's playing, I'm surprised that they're not first. The slipping on too many slips.
I think sometimes they just try to do too much. And I think even too with Pep, like he likes to tinkers with the formation, like players in, players out. Cancelo has been having a poor season.
Yeah.
And he was a key player for them last year. And even at the beginning of the season, like he started off red hot. But then like I think the World Cup kind of killed his confidence because he couldn't get it in the team for Portugal. And it's like ever since he came back from the World Cup, he just hasn't been the same. And I think he was like a big kind of creative spark in their team because no one was really picking him up. It's like, you know, they had someone to cover De Bruyne. They had someone to maybe cover Foden and Mahrez. They had their center backs watching Haaland, but no one's really looking at marking the inverted fullback. So Cancelo kind of had that freedom to create. But now that he's been kind of off, it's like they don't really have that player that can create from deep anymore like he was.
You think Cancelo got comfortable at City? Because now that he doesn't have like that competition in Zinchenko.
Yeah, I
There's
can see it.
zero competition. It's pretty much just him.
Him and Gomez, but
Yeah, but come on. I feel like a lot of players like get in that position, like where like they dominate their position,
And they get
they get
comfortable.
kind of comfortable, and then just kind of like slack off a bit, you know?
I think the City team as a whole has gotten too comfortable.
Yeah. They see Haaland scoring goals every single week. Oh, he can do it again. He can do it again. And then there's moments where like, yeah, it doesn't happen. So
Yeah.
honestly, they play better with. They're a better team without Haaland, even though Haaland scores 3 goals every single game.
I don't know, man.
Yes, it is, man.
That's tough to say.
As much as you can say, yeah, Haaland's scoring all the goals, but he scores the goals when they're facing a poor like squads, and like when it comes down to, I don't know, like it's weird.
The thing is, the season's not done though. We're only in January. We haven't seen knockout stages of UCL yet.
Yeah, but
Like we gotta wait until the latter part of the season to like actually determine that.
winning Champions League.
Never know, bro.
Do you think that City maybe have their focus set on Champions League? The players, you think? Because like if you look at that core of Manchester City now, have been together for so long, they've won everything in England. They've won the league so many times. Do you think that like mentally they're focused more on the Champions League, and it's like because of that they're kind of dropping form in the league?
I don't feel like that should be a thing for a team like that. They should,
But
they
it
should be able to
is.
win every game.
It's a thing though.
I think like they want to focus
The
on
mental
every
block.
competition and winning every game, but
Shouldn't
like I
be.
think like the way that they're seeing Arsenal playing now, maybe they want to shift more of their focus towards winning the UCL or competing in the UCL
But
more.
but the thing is, it's true though. They can definitely still win the league. The league have to beat Arsenal twice, and continue winning their games.
Yeah.
And like they're still up for the title race.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, because you can easily say that the City from last year would be in first place even without facing Arsenal. They'd have won all their games.
Maybe. But it's tough to say that. Because it's like, would they have won all their games if, let's say, they didn't have Zinchenko and they didn't have Jesus, but who would be playing striker for them if they didn't sign Haaland?
They didn't have a striker.
Alvarez?
Gundogan.
Alvarez could be playing striker for them.
Yeah, and he's quality too.
I don't know why he doesn't get minutes.
Because Haaland's performing.
Yeah, I know, but like he could play as like a. He could play in different positions.
Sometimes together, but again, now they're focused on Haaland too much. Just send the ball into Haaland.
They gotta give the boys some time, man, or give him away to somebody else. Don't ruin his career. He's good. He's a big talent.
Who, Alvarez?
Yeah.
But City are the type of team to always have like a couple world-class strikers on their roster.
Yeah, I know,
Like they had Aguero, Balotelli, Tevez, Dzeko on the roster all at one time.
That's true.
They don't care.
Yeah, I know, but still, I'm just saying.
I don't know. Haaland, he broke already last year's Premier League goal scoring record? I think it was 23 or 24. Salah and Son, I believe. He has 25 league goals this season for City. I saw this stat, this page, the Pop Foot on Twitter. Pretty good French account that posts like a lot of stats-based stuff. So he said Erling Haaland has scored 25 league goals for Manchester City this season. Only Lionel Messi's 2012-2013 and Cristiano Ronaldo's 14-15 campaign have done better at the 21st match day of a league season in this century. So Messi in the 21st match day back in the 12-13 season had 33 league goals. 33.
Was that the year he scored 91?
Yeah. And then Cristiano had 28 on the 21st match day.
That's crazy, man.
I see a lot of people saying like, oh, Haaland's going to end up breaking like Messi and Cristiano's goal scoring records, but I don't think it's possible, bro.
People
like,
don't realize how crazy they did it.
Decade, bro. Yeah. Like, you know how difficult that is? A decade of football, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Consistently, like, over 30, 40 goal seasons. Like,
that's gonna be tough. That's insane.
It's gonna be tough.
You never know. He could just go off for the next whatever it is, 18 games.
But the thing is, there's like a difference between going off and then like doing what Messi and Ronaldo did, because like Messi and Ronaldo were doing crazy things where it got to the point where it became normal for them.
Yeah.
And like, but now it's like they're not performing at that. They're still performing, but they're not performing at that elite, like generational best ever level all the time. Like you're seeing players now, like let's say Haaland, who are having like a great season in the Prem, but it's like that's still nothing compared to what these guys were putting up.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about. We might have been kind of spoiled.
Oh, 100%, bro.
A little bit.
Kind of.
A little bit.
But I don't think you could really say too much spoiled because we have Mbappe and Haaland now.
Yeah.
And like these guys are putting up crazy numbers.
I think Mbappe is a lot closer than Haaland is.
Well, in terms of like better goal scoring?
Just player in general.
You think though?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
He like when you watch the best players of all time, Mbappe just seems more like that kind of player.
But did you watch Haaland at Dortmund?
Yeah, not like you, but I've watched games here and there.
I think like he's low-key being kind of limited at City in terms of like
he's not playing the same way. I know that, yeah.
And I think because of that, people are maybe like they're not disrespecting him.
Well, a lot of English fans didn't see Haaland before.
And it's like, but some of the stuff that he was doing when he was playing at Dortmund, even the Champions League, like
Champions League, yeah.
Like even I remember like that game against PSG when it was the first Champions League run where Dortmund had Haaland. Like he was dominating PSG, and that was a PSG team with Mbappe, with Ney, and they were a strong team. And it's like little babyface Haaland was pulling up, and he was scoring a left-footed rocket from like 25, 28 yards out. And it's like he was like the kind of guy that can carry the ball. He can play a 1-2. He was more involved in the build-up, where it's like at City, I only see him tapping the ball in. It's like I see him sometimes he'll get a rebound. I'll see him get the cut back. And like low-key, I kind of feel bad because like I think he's capable of so much more. But I think with that system that Pep has, like obviously it's benefiting him because he's scoring at a crazy clip. But like he's capable of so much more, I think, in terms of influencing the game.
Yeah, because right now, like, okay, from what I said, like Haaland's he's scoring goals, but then you see Mbappe he just carried France to a final in the World Cup. Last year he destroyed Barca on his own.
Hat-trick.
Destroyed them. Like he's doing things that could carry a team. Haaland's he's on a good team but he's scoring for them. He's not really doing anything crazy. That's what I'm saying. I feel like Mbappe is a lot closer. Just from the play style right now.
So even though he's like getting these crazy numbers at City and you're seeing like he's being kind of limited, like what club do you think could like kind of like, you know, like support like his main qualities, you know, like enhance his abilities?
Probably Madrid.
Yeah, Madrid.
But would he be scoring more goals?
I think
would he just be playing more like how he should?
He would score the same amount of goals because when he was at Dortmund, he was having high numbers as well.
He wasn't scoring as much as he is at City.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I get it because you have the players, but I feel like at Madrid,
he also wasn't as fit.
I feel like at Madrid he'd be doing a lot more than he's doing now.
I feel like you know what I mean. Like let's say when it's Benzema's time to kind of shut down. I think like the way that Benzema plays for Madrid, kind of having that more time on the ball, still scoring goals, but also being that playmaker. I think Haaland can do that.
You think he has the ability to do that?
Yeah, I think
playmaking.
So.
Not in the same way that Benzema does. I don't think he's as maybe techie as Benzema, but I think that his skill set is so unique in the fact that he's so strong but also so quick that like in a team that maybe is playing a counterattack like Madrid often does, like him being able to drop back, collect the ball, hold off a defender, play a 1-2, run in behind, and just play with that, quick pace counterattack. I think he could really thrive in a system like that and maybe be more influential on the game as a whole. Whereas right now he's deciding games with his goals and his ability to finish, his ability to be in the box and to be a poacher. Yeah. But I think there's a little bit more of his game that maybe, once his time at City's done, because I don't think he'll be at City very long. I think when he moves to Madrid, I think that's when now you'll see Haaland.
Yeah, when he's gonna go there to replace Benzema, he's not gonna really be going there to replace Benzema. He's gonna be going there to replace Ronaldo, where he is that poacher. He gets that freedom to do whatever he wants. He's not gonna go there to beat Benzema. He's not gonna beat Benzema. He can't do what Benzema does. They're probably gonna get somebody else to do that Benzema type stuff. But yeah, he's gonna be there to replace the one who's been missing for a while, even though it doesn't look like they need him.
Yes,
but
yeah. Would you guys rather like be in that position if you're Haaland? Like if you're like in that City setup where like you're getting the chances, you're getting that output, but like your like skills aren't really being showcased that much as it should be.
I think for him, he doesn't care because I think like at the end of the day, like he loves to score goals, and like you see, just like the joy when he scores a goal is like not many players celebrate the way he does. Not many players get amped the way he does, and not many players play with that same like passion, energy when he scores a goal. So I think he's enjoying it, but I also think it's good for his development because he's learning how to play as a poacher. Whereas before, a lot of times he relied on his speed to kind of get in those positions, but now he's also learning to, when we're playing against a low block, how can I still influence the game? Whereas sometimes that was one of his things when he was playing for Dortmund. When they were playing against a low block team, sometimes he was marked out of the game because he didn't know how to act in the box when he was being marked up. Whereas now it's like his spatial awareness is leveled up. He knows where to be. He knows where to be to get that second ball. He knows where to be to maybe receive the cutback. And I think this is good for his development. But I think like we're not going to be seeing peak Haaland until he moves to a team where he's going to be having more of an influence on the game. But this, I think, is huge for his development.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's only two teams that could really get the best of him. Madrid and maybe Bayern. That's probably it.
Yeah. Bayern too, actually. You're right.
Potentially. I don't know if Bayern have the
they won't get him. Just
facilities
saying the two teams that would get the best of him.
I think Bayern can have a shot in the future.
Huh?
I think so. I think Bayern can have a shot in the future.
Yeah,
I don't know if they have the money for it.
How long is his contract at City?
Like what, 5 years? 4 years?
How long is he out there?
I think he has a release clause, I think, kicking in 2 years, which is when he's going to go to Madrid. Mino's going to shop him around.
So you think they're going to have Mbappe?
Going to shop him around. Who?
Is it Mino?
Yeah.
Mino's.
I know he's not, but I'm saying like he's going to get shopped around because Mino and his dad were on the same page. We're going to shop him around. They're going to collect all kinds of commissions.
But so they might have both.
Who?
Haaland and Mbappe. Because apparently I heard they might be back in for Mbappe. If they end up getting both,
bro, I said it.
You better be scared, man.
It might happen, bro.
Madrid fan on the couch.
It might happen, bro. It's gonna be scary.
But then again, it's like, can they coexist?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, why not?
MSN did.
But that was different.
BBC did.
They can't.
That was also
they're
different.
They're different players.
Is that different?
Not really.
They're different players.
No, they're different players, but like it's not like crazy different.
But like with MSN, Neymar left when he couldn't, because he thought he was in Messi's shadow.
Yeah.
Mbappe and Haaland both have egos.
Okay.
And I think I don't think that with playstyle wise, I don't think that's going to impact the way they can play each other because
I think who'd be like the face of the brand.
That's going to be the biggest thing is because they both have that
Mbappe.
Star quality and they both have that I'm him kind of attitude. Yeah. And I think with that, it's going to be tough for them to coexist in the same team. Playstyle, I think they'd be great together. They're both quick.
Yeah, they would be.
They can influence each other, but I think that attitude, I think, is going to be the thing that kind of keeps them apart.
But don't you think Mbappe and Neymar have similar attitudes like that?
Not necessarily, because when Neymar came to PSG, he was that guy. And he went there to be that guy. He didn't know that Mbappe was going to come in and take over his shine like he has. And now that he has, Neymar kind of wants out.
But it could be the same thing too. What if Haaland comes to Madrid first and then Mbappe comes after? Or vice versa?
and then maybe he'll want out.
Where would Neymar even go if he wants out?
I don't know.
Neymar?
United.
United. Yeah, okay.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Neymar would never
Brazil,
go to the
bro.
Prem. Neymar would never go to the Prem.
Todd Bowley,
Neymar would never
drop
go
the
to
bag on him. Mudryk and Neymar in the same team. Oh my
Mudryk.
god.
A lot of depth, bro.
Yeah, a lot of wingers. But no, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see how both their careers develop. And I think, how long will the Champions League elude both of them? Because I think that's what they want. That's what they need
Yeah.
to win both of them is the Champions League. So it'll be interesting to see how long it eludes them. And do they have to make a move to finally get it?
And they're both on teams that are favorites. That probably won't win
I
it.
think PSG can do it this year.
Yeah.
I called PSG beginning of the season.
I said City.
I still stand by it.
But PSG are facing Bayern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that hard for them.
Is it? They're missing Neuer, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not that
Mane's
hard.
still gone.
It's
So I said not that hard for PSG.
Oh,
It's not that hard for PSG to win.
And Bayern haven't been the same this season as they were even last season.
Well,
Like,
Mane is
Well,
injured.
they're
They're
gonna
gonna finish
come back once CL turns around.
they'll still be strong, and they have that mentality. But it's like Kimmich hasn't been the same this season, and I think the World Cup really threw him off. I think defensively they've gotten worse with De Ligt at the back. No, I'm being like dead ass. Like
Yeah,
they have.
they've
They've gone
Alba's
worse.
something else.
They've gone worse with De Ligt at the back, and I think like now you're playing with Chupo up top, and it's not necessarily the same as playing with Leva. Even though Chupo has done well, it's just not the same, right? Like no matter how much he can, maybe score a 1-2 goal here, he can be a good target man.
They might sign someone in January, so
January's almost done.
yeah, but
Should bet that guy who scored those
Bayern
goals
gonna
for
sign a
Germany.
striker?
yeah, why not?
Who scored those goals for Germany?
Fulkrug?
Yeah,
I would rather have
Fulkrug,
Chupo.
man.
They're the same profile, and it's like I think Bayern are going to save their money and they're going to go heavy for someone in the summer. I think maybe they get Mane back and then they can maybe cause some problems with PSG, but I think it's going to be Musiala is going to have to step up for them to have a chance, because I think Muller's kind of on the decline. He can still do his thing, but like who's their star? It needs to be Jamal. If he can step up and have an impact in the game, like you saw him with some of those World Cup games where he really took control over the game, if he can have performances like that, I think they maybe stand a chance.
Sane is still playing.
Sane will be there too, right? They have players that can definitely impact the game, but it'll be interesting to see how they do, and then also how Nagelsmann handles the pressure, right? Because like obviously Champions League last year they faltered out. This year it'll be interesting to see do they have that ability to make a comeback under him, or is now maybe his head on the chopping block if they get knocked out against PSG, because that's 2 poor Champions League runs in a row for Bayern.
True.
And that's not like them, right?
I mean, they're still top in the league, 5 points ahead.
Yeah, but I mean,
3-4 teams.
the league's the league. I think like for Bayern, like the league is the absolute bare minimum for them to win. I think like if they're not competing in the Champions League, then they're not doing what they need to be doing. They have like very high standards, right? It's like for them, if they win the league and nothing else, the manager's probably gonna get sacked. If we're being honest, we've seen it happen before. So it's like it's obviously a tough matchup, but it'll be interesting to see what happened.
Yeah, speaking of Bundesliga, Dortmund, quite a crazy game there, 4-3. I'm sure you were feeling
Sweating a
emotional.
little bit.
No, it's not. I was all over the place, man. It was like a roller coaster because like every time we scored, we would do something stupid and they would score. It's not even like they were like playing themselves into good opportunities.
A lot of mistakes.
Every single time, like someone was doing something stupid or someone wasn't where they were supposed to be. And it's like, I get it's the first game back in almost 2 months, but it's like, you need to figure it out. Right. So it's like, it was definitely a lot harder than it needed to be. A lot of great goals in the game, and it was good to see Haller back.
Mhm.
His first game back, played about 22 minutes. I think he had about 28 touches on the ball. He made impact. Like in his 22 minutes, he had more touches on the ball than Moukoko did for the rest of the game. So it's like, it shows that, big man, he can impact the game, and I think his quality has been missed, and hopefully he can start playing more minutes soon, because we need someone like that if we want to have any chance at finishing top 4, and if we want to potentially beat Chelsea, right?
That Giddens guy had a decent little
He's
goal.
talented. Yeah, he's done his thing. Like even earlier in the season, he scored almost the exact same goal against Freiburg. Got injured. So his story has always been, plays well, but it's always the injuries that kind of hamper him. So if he can consistently play well and not get hurt, I think like that starting left wing spot, he takes over Mullen, I think, pretty easily. It's just if he can stay fit, because he's a bright talent. Like he's
Sancho regen.
a little bit. They play a little bit different for sure. I think like Gittins, I think, is maybe a better goal scorer at this point in his career, like where Sancho was always more of a creator. But like I think Gittins still needs to refine his game a lot in that playmaking aspect, because there's a lot of times where he'll try to shoot or take on another player instead of just maybe making that simple pass. Whereas Sancho was the opposite. He was always making that simple pass for someone else to score and not really doing it for himself. So I think he just needs to watch a bunch of Sancho comps and
It's
just
be an age thing too.
yeah, for sure. But I think like that's, if he can develop that in his game, I think that's when he's going to take the next level and kind of be Dortmund's next big, kind of attacking talent. But yeah, no, it's good to see him. Good to see him back, and good to see the squad almost fully fit. New fullback, played a decent little game. Ryerson, a right back there, signed from Union. And I saw today, I think we're just wrapping up a deal for another right back.
Oh, yeah?
The guy from Valladolid, Fresneda, I think his name is.
Dortmund are getting him?
Dortmund,
he's a talent, bro.
Yeah, Dortmund, I think, are just wrapping up. I saw today on Twitter, I think it's like 10 million plus 5 million in add-ons, and I think we're loaning him back till the end of the season.
It's a good pickup.
So hopefully works out well, because I think, the last time we got a right back from Spain, he was pretty good, Hakimi. So hopefully, this can kind of sort out our right back issue, and I think Ryerson will be a great utility player who can play both left and right back. It's a good squad player to have. Plays a lot of energy. He ran like almost 4 kilometers more than any other player in that game. It's a good first impression to make. You need that workhorse sometimes, especially on the fullback, like a Chiesa type player.
Yeah.
Just running up and down the wing all game, and but we'll see what happens. A lot of goals scored in all the Bundesliga games.
Mm-hmm.
And Köln, I think, won 7-1.
Crazy. Wolfsburg 6-0.
Wolfsburg had a big game against Freiburg too. Frankfurt got a big win.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's good to see a lot of these teams playing well, and Bayern and Leipzig 1-1. Leipzig have been in great form since Marco Rose took over. So I think they play City in the Champions League.
I believe so.
I want to say. So that's going to be a pretty good game.
Ooh.
Pretty big fixture. Leipzig against the City. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. And it's just good to see a lot of German teams strong again, because for a while it was just Dortmund and Bayern, and for a while it's just been Bayern. But it's good to see teams like, Frankfurt and even now Leipzig kind of getting back and strong again. So it's good to see.
Can Dortmund win the league?
No. It'll be tough. Like, I think right now, like, Bayern need to drop points, and it's like when you're in that situation where Bayern need to drop points and you're catching up on other teams, it's going to be tough. Like, I think like at best we can hope for maybe we win another round of CL. Maybe we can win the cup. I'd be more than happy with that, and then try to see if we can go for the league with a more reinforced squad next season, because I think this squad wasn't good.
Yeah.
We have no wingers, just not a very deep squad. We signed Sule, and he's like one of the highest paid players on our team, and he's not even playing. So it's like, what are we doing? I understand he's not playing because Hummels and Schlotterbeck are playing better than he is, but it's like you need to kind of figure out, where that center back, kind of fits in. But yeah, we'll see. It's good to have the Bundesliga back, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
But speaking of winning the league, something Juve definitely won't do. Let's talk about the game first before we get onto the fiasco. So, cheeky game against Atalanta.
I would say it was a good game.
3-3?
Yeah. It was a good game. It was back and forth as well. I would say. I wouldn't say it was as good as the Arsenal United game, but it was pretty damn close. Lots of goals. It was up and down. Got a penalty goal. I can't remember the other goal scores now. I just drew blank.
Scored the second. Assist by Fagioli, and then Danilo scored the last goal.
Danilo, beautiful free kick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good game. I was hoping for a win because now that we're in 10th place, we need every point that we could get. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a rough one. It's gonna be a rough second half of the season.
Thoughts on Lookman?
He's a good player. Oh, he was at Leipzig and he did nothing.
Am I wrong?
He's another year older, another year of experience.
Playing in the worst league, but
we'll see. We'll see what now if they play Frankfurt, I guess.
That determines it, eh?
Yeah. Best team in the league plays like the 4th best team in the league.
They're second place, Frankfurt.
For now.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, Lookman's second in the top scorers for the
Him and
Serie A.
Osimhen, Nigerians taking over.
Mhm.
Osimhen's different though. That
Is
guy's.
he gonna get a move in the summer, or is he staying
If I was Napoli, I would sell him now.
now? Like
No,
this January?
like summer. I would get rid of him. Get. You could probably get like 120 for him.
No.
Yeah. If
They bought him for what 70?
70. If you could get 100 for Mudryk, you could get 120 for Osimhen.
From the Prem?
Newcastle.
Maybe. I mean, they have Isak already though. Like, are they gonna splash on another striker?
Why not?
For a better one?
Why not?
For
Why
a
not?
better striker, yeah.
Why not?
But yeah, they could definitely get 120 from him.
I feel like Napoli might hold out though, because De Laurentiis is the kind of guy that holds out
Yeah.
on
But
selling his
Kept
players.
like Koulibaly hostage for a while.
But why? They have Simeone playing great, and they have Raspadori playing great.
But the thing is, if you want to be the best team in Italy, Raspadori and Simeone are fine. But if you want to actually compete in European
you need
football,
Osimhen.
you need to have a player like Osimhen.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you get 120, look what they did with Koulibaly and Insigne wages. Who else did they lose?
But it's different. Those guys were towards the tail end of their career.
I get
they were
it.
in their prime.
But look how they reinvested that money. Look what they brought in.
But it's easy to upgrade when those players aren't
What do you
necessarily.
mean it's
in
easy
their
to
prime.
upgrade? Did you-
Nah, come on, bro.
That's not easy. to
Mertens
upgrade.
was finished. Insigne was finished. Koulibaly, we can see, quite frankly, finished.
That's not.
It's
easy
easy.
to upgrade.
It's easy to upgrade when those players.
Okay, you
are
can
in
say
the tail
it's
end of
easy
their
to
career.
upgrade, but did you know any of the players that they brought in?
Yeah,
Finding the right fit is
You-
tougher.
You had no idea who Cavada was.
I had no idea who Cavada was, but I knew who Kim Min-jae was.
Okay, yeah, he played in Turkey. He was the center back of the year.
Exactly.
Who else did they bring in? They brought in Simeone. Yeah, had a good year last year. Raspadori also had a good year last year.
They spent well, but the thing is, like, there's this difference between spending well and then having elite talent. It's like if you're not gonna have Cavada forever.
No, Madrid really wants him.
Someone's gonna come snap him up. When you have this group of elite talent, you need to try to keep them together for as long as you can to try to make a run. In whether it's Champions League or whatever, and you need to put Napoli back on the map. If you just go and sell Osimhen now before they even do anything, because they're not in Champions League right now,
Yeah, they are.
they're Napoli are still in Champions League.
They're Frankfurt.
Oh yeah, they're still in Champions League. Unless they make a deep run this year, they win the league and that's it.
They'll probably make it. I think they'll pass Frankfurt.
Maybe they will. But I think you need to keep that core group of players together a little bit longer.
Yeah, but let's say you keep on. Let's say you get that 120 now.
Who do you buy?
I don't know. I'm not saying who I buy. I'm just saying you decline it. And you leave it for next year. He just flops next year. You can't do that
Why not?
because it's not how money works.
What do you mean? You need to take a risk sometimes, and you have to put the football over the finances sometimes.
No,
It's all about the money though. Sometimes.
not for a
But
team.
Napoli have money.
I know they have money, but they're also great at reinvesting money.
But would you rather, let's say, win the league, get knocked to the Champions League, sell Osimhen in the summer, replace him with,
They're not going to replace them.
use the money to buy X, Y, and Z to have a deeper squad, then the next season they don't even qualify for Champions League because they sold their star player.
Yeah,
People learn how to defend Cavada.
Huh.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, no.
It's you
they
know,
learned
it's,
how to defend Leal. So
exactly. It's one of those things where he's new to the league. People have never seen this guy play before. They're like, oh my God, like what the hell is this guy doing? But then after, an off season where people are we're playing Napoli, how do we lock down Cavada? It's going to happen eventually.
They locked down Cavada one game. Which game was it? Recently.
Inter?
Inter, yeah, that's right. Inter
I
beat
think
them.
It was Inter.
Or
Inter beat
tied
them.
them?
Yeah, no, they beat them.
Yeah.
Remember they locked them down.
Yeah,
against
but
Sabah?
if there was a team that's going to lock them down, it's probably that team.
I think you need to keep Osimhen for at least one more season and really show that you're going to be a
You gotta hope for the
top
best
team
then.
and not just a one season wonder. Because if you sell Osimhen in the summer, you're a one season wonder. They're not going to win the league again without Osimhen.
Okay, you see, I don't know. I don't know if the Serie A team's going to get better next year because it looks like Leao's going to be leaving. I don't think AC Milan's going to be able to replace Leao. Inter's losing Skriniar, looks like. They're not going to be able to replace Skriniar. So why not lose Osimhen?
Because you want to win the league again.
Yeah,
My
but
competition's getting weaker. If I can keep my best player
Yeah, but if it's getting weaker, that means you could get a little bit weaker and still be the best team in the league.
and then do nothing in Europe,
They still have a good enough team to do something in Europe. They were still winning games with Osimhen.
Do they though?
They did.
I know they did, but can they do it again?
Yes.
Once everyone starts to figure out this
I don't think so,
Napoli
bro.
team. You see these teams have the one season hit, and then the next season, they sell their players. And look at Ajax this season. Had a crazy season last year. They got rated. They're like, what, 4th in Eredivisie right now?
I think regardless if Napoli win or lose the Serie A, I think players will still leave.
You think players will
Because what
still
are the
leave?
odds? Okay, they win. What are the odds of them like duplicating that
Yeah.
success?
That can be like, hey, it's not like an NBA team that's running it back.
Like if they lose, cash in while the stock's still high, right?
Yeah.
I think
You
someone
think though?
I think Osimhen and Kvara will leave regardless.
I don't think Cavada will leave on the first year. Osimhen, he's been here for a while. I think he'd leave.
Really?
Bro, a good offer comes in for Kvara, for Osimhen. I think they're leaving, bro.
I don't think
I know it's Napoli, but I feel like whether they win or lose, they'll still like
You think you just cash in?
yeah.
Maybe it depends how much they get.
I don't think they're gonna sell 2 players for over 100 mil.
I think they maybe set
can see it.
I think they set their price, and if someone meets it, because that's what De Laurentiis always was. He said, "I want 85 for Koulibaly." No one would pay it.
Yeah.
If he says 120 for Osimhen and someone pays it,
Manchester United.
right? One, I think that's
He
a,
would fit Man
that's a
United, man.
stupid amount of money to pay for Osimhen. First of all, I think 120 million is way too much. I think.
Not re-
The prices
for
nowadays are stupid anyways.
if
but-
Mudryk is worth 100 million, Osimhen is worth 1.
Yeah, everyone's gonna set that benchmark now. The Mudryk benchmark.
Yeah.
But Mudryk is talented.
So is
So is Osimhen.
Osimhen.
But Mudryk is more talented.
Not really.
Is he?
Yeah,
They're different positions.
natural talent. I know I sound like Jay right now,
They're different positions. There's
but Mudryk is naturally talented.
Natural.
that
goal
doesn't
scoring
matter to
talent.
me, man.
Osimhen also has that natural athleticism too.
But they paid a lot for Osimhen too.
They did.
70. That's why he's gonna want to
And
make.
they'll get
money
profit.
off him.
Where do you come from?
Lille.
Yeah, man, Liao.
That's why he's not gonna be selling him for cheap. He's not going for under 100 mil.
Bro, this summer Serie A is gonna get raided.
Yeah.
Leao is leaving, Chiesa is leaving, Vlahovic is leaving, Osimhen's leaving, Kvaradona's leaving.
So are they going to be the 5th best European league now? Because they're 4th right now.
Oh, we'll
They
see.
sell all these players.
We gotta see if this actually happens. It might not happen.
It's what? Does the Liga NOS take over?
This is gonna be the downfall of Serie A, bro.
You think?
Telling you,
Wow.
bro.
We'll see.
Premier League got that money when they come calling, bro. These players don't care, bro.
I
They
guess
want the
that's
money.
why the Super League is gonna be happening.
They don't care, bro.
But
Unless
speaking of
some
money,
investors invest into Serie A,
Speaking of money,
which I don't think will happen because of the state it's in right now and how Juve kind of messed up Serie A's potential investments.
what happened?
Can you say from your perspective
what?
what happened with Juve?
It's just like
What did you read? What did you? How did
I don't
you?
know if I trust what this guy says. Bro.
I want to hear your thoughts first.
You have all the Reddit streams.
No,
you-
but I wanna-
Reddit.
I want to hear
What's
your
it called?
interpretation of
Threads.
it first.
It's just like kind of like money laundering type thing. It's just they're overpaying for players, selling players for a lot more than they're actually worth. It's just money just getting thrown around for to kind of not bounce the books, but like I don't know how to explain it. Really, it's kind of weird. It's a stupid situation. I don't know 100%. I just know like the basics, and that's about it.
Yeah, so basically they're cooking the books and they're found guilty for mishandling and manipulating transfer finances.
Yeah.
So the Italian Football Federation gave that 15-point deduction for capital gains violations. And the same federation looked at 62 transfers that were looked at. Juve was involved in 42 of them. 42.
Wait, how
and
many say we're looked at?
62.
Okay.
And Juve was involved in 42 of them.
Damn,
42. That's like
Wouldn't be
what?
my club, man.
70, 80% at least?
that's insane, man.
Obviously, Pjanic to Barca, Arthur to Juve. It's probably like the highest profile kind of transfer that was
Yeah.
looked at. Very sketchy. You saw members of the board resign because they
Mm,
knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
They're like, let's get out while we can.
exactly.
And yet,
Go
they're
ahead.
still getting suspensions now, even though they're not affiliated with the club. You have
Mm.
Paratici, who's sporting director at Spurs now. He's still getting sanctioned.
Spurs always taking L's, man.
He's not good anyway, that guy.
But man, the amount of players that like Juve bought and then like kind of like sold off to teams like Genoa or Atalanta for like just weird money is crazy. Like, I
Mm.
got like a list of some players here.
Caldado.
Just tell me if like you remember these players or you know these players.
Okay.
And don't cap.
I won't count.
So one Simone Muratore, 24-year-old central midfielder, has never appeared in a Serie A match, sold by Juve to Atalanta for 7 million euros.
Hmm.
September 2020.
Wow.
That's one. Two, Pablo Moreno.
Oh, Moreno? Is he on Lazio, that guy?
No.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
So 20-year-old center forward has 7 first-tier caps to his credit, all coming this year in Portugal, with 17th place Marítimo. Sold by Juve to Man City in July 2020 for 10 million euros.
Hey, Man City had money bags, man.
Manolo Portanova,
Portanova, I've heard of him.
22-year-old central midfielder for Genoa, sold by Lazio to Juve for 250,000 in 2017. Played a grand total of 170 top-flight minutes for Juventus. Guess how much he sold for? 12 million euros in 2021.
That's how much I was.
Nicola Rovella, promising 21-year-old Italian youth product for Genoa, never had an estimated market value higher than the 12 million it is today. Sold by Genoa to Juve on the same day of the Portanova swap for a whopping 26 million. Since been loaned to Genoa and Monza. João Cancelo for Danilo?
Yeah, and 40
Was that a little fishy?
A little bit.
Oh, why? That's fair.
Was it?
What's wrong with that?
Total cost of Cancelo, 65 million, with Juve acquiring Danilo at a value of 37 million.
I don't see a problem in that one. That's I feel like those were like normal price tags for them.
And then obviously Arthur and Pjanic.
Okay, yeah, that one was.
So Arthur joining Juventus, worth an initial 72 million euros.
Oh, wow.
With Pjanic moving the opposite direction for a fee valued at 60 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's Barcelona.
Sketch. And then how can you forget Stefano Sturaro? That transfer history is so shady, it cannot be described with words. So here's some picks. Obviously, you're not going to see the picks, but what great business by Juve getting 18 million total from Genoa for a player never valued more than 12 million.
Wow.
Grande Paratici.
How'd they do that?
And then the most questionable series of businesses between Juve, Genoa, and Atalanta between 2018 to 2021. With the breadcrumbs starting with Andrea Favilli, who was loaned to Genoa in August 2018 from Juve for 5 million, just 1 month after Juve buying from Ascoli for 7.5 million. Crazy. And there's just a lot more here. Just Juve buying Kulusevski from Atalanta for 35 mil. Player remained at Parma, where he was loaned throughout the end of the season. Not much questionable about this deal other than the fee seems generous for a rival.
We're boys. What do you want?
I bet.
But yeah, man, a lot of shady business in the transfer market for Juve. You think the 15 points is justifiable? You think it was lenient?
I think it was very lenient.
No, I think it was too much.
Too much? Come on, bro.
The prosecutor,
it's way
prosecutor only wanted 8 points, and the guy
it's nothing.
15.
It's nothing.
So you think it's okay for your team just to go around selling players and committing
it should have
money
been
laundering?
What they wanted, 8 points. Then they could have gone transfer windows, taken off, fines, banned the guys involved. You could have done all that. 15 is a lot of points. Like just absolutely destroyed the season.
Good.
I think that was the objective. What if they said, okay, we don't deduct any points, but you cannot play European football next season?
They're not playing European football anyway.
But that's what I think they're planning on doing. But like you still have a chance, kinda.
They gotta win Europa League.
But I'm saying no, like not even that, but like
Conference League maybe. Yeah.
But like, what if you were now no points deduction, but no European football? Your team's still in shambles.
Probably.
My thing is, I feel like if you give the fines, you give the transfer ban, yada yada yada, that's a slap on the wrist. The only people that get affected are the owners. But if you really want it to sting, you have to make it hurt the club. And I think with this point deduction, it's going to hurt the club because it's not only going to hurt them this season, they're also going to lose players. They're also not going to make European football, which is going to affect their pocketbook. So I think this is the most fair sanction because it's going to affect everything, right? They're going to lose players like Vlahovic probably Chiesa, potentially Pogba, players that aren't going to want to be playing for a mid-table Juventus team, and they want to play European football. And quite frankly, I don't blame them, right? Like if you're a player like Vlahovic, I want to be playing European football.
Who says they're going to be a mid-table team, though?
Where are they right now on the table?
Yeah, because of point deduction. They were second place before that.
Mid-table.
You don't think they're going to come back and compete next year?
Well,
depends who stays.
Yeah.
They're gonna. There's not gonna be that many moves.
Who's
They're
leaving?
gonna lose Vlahovic probably. That's probably the biggest thing they're gonna lose.
Uh-huh.
That's probably him. Maybe Rabiot. He's whatever. I'll get rid of him. That's fine. Vlahovic. They got Milik and Moise Keane. They're okay. I don't know. Alexandro Kozal already gone. They're not gonna lose that many players. McKennie will probably be out. They're not gonna lose Chiesa. They're not gonna lose Locatelli.
I think they will.
I'll bet on.
They don't,
I'll be the
they don't
first players
own
to go.
Chiesa though.
I'll bet on those guys staying.
But why?
Because those guys aren't. They won't lose those guys.
But why? Why would they want to stay?
It just won't happen.
But why would they want
You
to
already
stay?
see how corrupt the Juve is. They'll find a way to keep those guys.
Chiesa, I can see staying.
I don't know.
One, because he's Italian. But two, because I don't think any other team is going to want to pay the fee that Juve will demand for him.
And it's also a dream club.
I don't
He's
think it'd be that
gonna
much
stay
though.
here.
Would it?
He would. Just because that one goal in Euro Cup.
Oh yeah.
I think that's like the only
Yeah,
thing
that's
keeping his price high. But
That's why.
Locatelli, I can see maybe Premier League.
No, Locatelli's not leaving.
Locatelli.
Premier League, I can see. Vlahovic, I think Bayern.
Yeah, I can see him at Bayern.
Yeah, Vlahovic, I can see leaving. I don't want to see him leave, but I can see him
So
leaving.
you don't think that losing 5 players that would regularly start every week for your club is going to make an impact?
Rabiot starter, but he's replaceable. He's not. He's someone that he plays great for France. We're all gonna say, yeah, he's a great player because he played good for France. And he plays for Juve. He has his good games and he has his bad games. He's inconsistent
But Juve were ready to make him their highest earning midfielder.
because they saw him play the World Cup and they see how talented he actually is when he plays. But he's not. He's inconsistent.
The player of the club.
Okay, so starting midfielder gone.
Okay, yeah. Vlahovic, he hasn't played a game in months.
Star striker gone.
Not really. He is, but he hasn't played in months. So
Who's your top scorer?
I don't know. Milik? Him or Milik, maybe?
Star striker gone.
Okay. McKennie? Nothing.
Starting midfielder.
No, he's not a starting midfielder.
Okay, if that, a good utility midfield.
Okay, he's a utility midfielder.
He's a starting player for your team.
No, he's not. He was only starting because our team's injured.
Who?
What do you mean?
Who's injured?
Where did he play last game?
Right back.
Yeah, okay. Our team's depleted.
Who's injured?
It's not McKennie, though. I'm forgetting right now.
Who's injured on your team?
Pogba,
Okay. he's not a factor.
Vlahovic. No, the regular would be
Starting midfielder.
It should be Chiesa, Kostic on the sides. Chiesa's not fully fit.
Whose fault is that?
That's why he's playing.
Continue.
Alexandro Cuadrado out.
Okay.
2 pretty big losses.
No, they were going to leave before that anyway.
Who are the replacements?
I don't know yet. That hasn't been done.
So who are they going to pick
So if
up?
they-
But who are their subs? Who are the backups?
Yeah.
They don't have backups. Alexandro's literally playing center back right now because they have no center backs.
So you're telling me that a team that already doesn't have any depth is going to lose these players,
Yeah.
and they're somehow going to compete next
Yes,
season?
because they got to start playing their youth players that they actually have talent in the youth academy.
Who?
Ealing Jr., Fajoli, Ravella.
Are these guys ready to start though?
Fajoli's already playing now. I'll give you Fajoli because he's already
Ravella
playing
shouldn't
now.
have been loaned out. He should have been on the team still. Meretti, he's all right. Ake, if he comes back. And that's it. That's 5 pretty good youth players right there.
Oh really?
It is. What's wrong with that? You're laughing,
How
but
many
that,
minutes have they got? Have they got a lot of minutes this season?
Fajoli, yes. Miretti, yes.
Yeah, but Fajoli's he's more so in the squad dynamics, and so is Miretti.
Okay, but you can't say how many minutes. Yes, they've been getting minutes.
But
so.
you named me like 3 wingers.
No, I didn't.
Ake's a winger.
No, he's not.
What position is he?
He's a left back, center back.
Left back,
center back. Left back, right. He could play anywhere in the defensive line.
Okay. So you think he's going to come into the team and be a starter?
He's not even on the team right now. He's loaned out.
Where?
I don't know. He's loaned out.
When does he
somewhere.
come back?
Probably this summer.
So you think he's going to be able to come back from
I'm not
his
saying he's
loan
going to get
and
to
be
the starting lineup. I'm just saying he's
So
at
who's going to
depth.
start?
Well, I want Ealing Jr. to start. He's better than half the wingers we have.
Really?
He is. It's just a likely. He won't
Who are
play.
your wingers?
Di Maria.
No, Di Maria.
Chiesa.
Oh, yeah, Di Maria's also leaving.
Okay.
The whole
exactly.
team's leaving, bro. What you mean, bro? Bro, who we rating? Who we rating in the summer? Who we taking? Yo, Dermot, who you taking?
I don't know, man. There's not many players I want from that team to keep it a stack.
Kostic would be nice.
No, I don't want Kostic. I would take Locatelli.
Locatelli, okay, United. Who we rating? Who you taking?
Do I take Di Maria back?
Okay.
I don't know, bro.
He's gonna-
Pog back 3.0 or what?
I do Vlad.
He's going to Argentina.
Vlahovic? Okay.
He's going to
Who you
Argentina.
taking?
Some light. Sell Rafinha, take Chiesa, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Made complete, bro.
There you go. There we go. We're blessed.
I'll laugh and none,
But
no
no,
one
it's
leaves.
true. Though. You can't say that this team that you have now is easily replaceable with your youth players, and you're still gonna get top 4.
That's
They will.
tough. No, that's tough.
They will.
You're telling me that with
The players that are leaving aren't.
with the
aren't-
players that you named that are gonna be saying like leaving quotations, but being replaced with youth players. That
Yes, but look,
only 2 of them are actually like first team proven.
the thing is,
Barely.
the
but-
funny thing is, you're talking about these players that like you guys watch every game. They don't even play half the games that you guys are leaving.
So what's your starting lineup next season?
I don't
Game
know
one.
the team.
Game 1. Vlahovic is gone.
I don't know the
Di
team.
Maria's gone. Quadrado's gone.
Okay,
Sandro's gone.
Sandro's
half these
gone.
players don't play.
Locatelli's gone.
Locatelli's
No,
gone.
Locatelli's not gone.
Locatelli's still there. McKennie's gone. Rabiot's gone. Vlahovic is gone.
Okay.
Go.
Chesney net.
Okay.
I guess I go. Leggy's still there.
Okay.
So back 3.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be Bremer, Danilo, Bonucci at the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
Bonucci, another year older.
I can't
Yeah.
tell. That's what it is.
Maybe Gatti.
No.
He's bad. He's bad.
Okay, midfield 5. So in the 3 midfield, it's gonna be Locatelli, Fagioli. I don't know if Pogba is gonna be fit by then.
No.
I don't even know.
I'm gonna
Pogba.
say-
I don't even
I'm
know if
gonna say
Pogba's going to be
Pogba.
on the team.
I'm gonna say Pogba.
Is Pogba gonna be there, bruv?
I'm gonna say Pogba.
Okay. Pogba.
And if not Pogba, maybe you throw in Miretti in the midfield.
Throw him in.
Okay, the wingers is Chiesa. I would like Ealing over Kostic.
Mm.
Kostic, I don't like him that much.
What
Mhm.
about Kostic?
And then up
Kostic
top,
might dip too, actually. Good call.
On top who? Keane.
Back to the Bundes?
no, it's probably Milik. See, that's the only problem. They don't have a second striker.
Milan's gone too, man.
No, Milik will stay. He doesn't care about European football.
Is he on loan or they buy him?
No, they bought him. Yeah, that's the only problem. That's the only position they're missing. Second striker. Unless they throw Chiesa as the second striker and they play Kostic and Ealing on the wings.
What about depth?
Yeah, depth. That's from them. They got to worry about
So
that.
they could compete with no depth?
If they have no European football, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Even in the Serie A?
You think?
Yeah. Leicester
don't
Leicester
know,
went
bro.
with the same 11 all year and they won the league.
Come on, man.
You could go AC
An
Milan.
anomaly, bro.
AC Milan has run the same team for the past 3 years and they've been just fine.
But the Milan team,
Inter runs the same team every game. They're just fine.
but in terms of quality, those teams are a lot better than the Juve.
It
team
doesn't
you
matter. You're
just
talking
named.
about depth.
But they also have that experience, too, of playing together for a long time.
Okay. They still have players that have been together for like a couple of years.
I don't know.
bro.
They'll make top 4 next year. I'll bet on it.
How much?
$20.
50?
Yeah, we got up at the 50.
You're not confident in your team, bro?
I'll do
50
50,
bucks.
sure.
Huh?
Sure, why not?
Is this a live bet right here?
I don't know, man. You very pesky.
Is this a live bet?
Oh, another pesky.
Another pesky. I'll do 50.
Yeah, because you have to now, or else
You
you're going to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Deal, shake it.
I feel like me and you are the only ones making bets on here, huh?
You gotta note this. Notes.
Write it down, bro, so you don't
Episode
forget.
one.
Or we'll remember.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Along with
You guys got enough bets.
along with the
going on,
other 50 live bets.
What is
me,
episode,
Spatty, and
episode
Boner now.
22?
It's going to be a year and a half from now.
Yeah. We'll see. Like, who knows? Maybe this is a blessing in disguise for Juve because it forces them to get rid of the deadwood.
And Allegri, hopefully.
They get some good money in from Vlahovic, maybe from Locatelli.
Oh, Locatelli. That's telling Locatelli.
You know, they get some good money in for these players, and maybe they can reinvest properly into the squad. Because I think they
Young
need,
players.
I think they need another center back,
Yes.
right? Truly, I think we're gonna need another striker. If Vlahovic is leaving, but I also think you potentially are gonna need
Midfielder.
another midfielder, especially if Locatelli, McKinney, and Rabiot are all going. I think
Honestly, I know Vlahovic's leaving, but I think the only one we'll actually miss is Rabiot, even though he's inconsistent. But he's actually the only one we'll miss because he's the only player that we have that plays like a box to box.
That's crazy. I never thought I'd hear that, bro.
He's the only box to box.
Missing
midfielder we have.
Rabiot?
He's the only box to box we have.
Damn.
Until Pogba comes back, if he's fit, then that's the only thing we have.
The player
That's what
you
I'm sa-
expected. You still think Pogba from 2016 is coming back?
it's
or
not the
no?
same guy coming back.
You
How do
like,
you know?
like he was never like that for Man United either.
Because Man United sucked.
Yeah, they
So do
did.
Juve though.
No, he didn't. When he played for Juve?
right now.
Okay, but when he played for Juve 10 years ago,
They were a much better team.
Yeah, I know. They're one of the best
If he's
teams.
coming into this Juve team now,
He's gonna
Come on,
upgrade
Christopher.
them.
I don't think there's one player in this Juve team that gets into that Juve team from that year.
Yeah.
Who?
Bonucci.
He played in the team.
Exactly.
What?
So you
So
think
you're thinking older Bonucci makes it over?
No,
What?
no, I'm joking.
Come on, bro.
No, probably not.
that Juve team was insane?
Probably
Probably
not.
one of the best teams of the decade.
Yeah,
That
probably not.
Juve team. Crazy midfield, right?
You could argue Vlahovic can make him for Llorente.
I don't know, man. Can you?
Yeah.
Llorente was a big game player, man. And Vlahovic, I don't know.
Just he's always
Really,
injured.
he's a little flash in the pan. I think if I'm Juve, I'm cashing in on him now. I'm getting my money back from him, and I'm reinvesting because I don't think you can build a team around him.
Anymore. Because it's done. They don't have money for it.
Juve is done. It's done.
No, they don't have the facilities to make a team around them.
What's that gonna take though
Well,
for them to make the?
A lot of
Well,
money in
that's
European
facilities.
football.
yeah, they gotta start winning again and investing. They haven't invested in a good player in I don't know how long since Chiesa, but they do like one like every 3 years.
When did they buy Chiesa?
Last
They
year,
didn't buy
3 years
him.
ago. Yeah,
2 years
he's
ago?
not
So
even
next-
technically
so
bought.
When
next
did they buy Vlahovic?
Yeah, but Vlahovic was he was a one season wonder.
You think so?
He was for that at that point. Yeah, at that point he was.
Wow.
He had
How
no.
much do you guys pay for him?
Hey, I don't know, man.
That's a big signing.
It was a big signing, but like it's like a fake big signing.
A fake big signing.
Yeah, because they actually didn't like.
So
do
you
it all in
signed
1 year.
Vlahovic, you signed Chiesa.
Yeah. What else? We also got rid of players like Delict, but I guess he sucks now, so it doesn't matter.
Now?
Yeah. No, he was good for you.
Yeah, he was good for you, but come on.
I don't know. It's tough, I think, but it's going to be a new Juve, maybe inspired by the youth.
Yeah, maybe I'll get signed.
But it's going to be tough, man. Just like Matt said, the Premier League is going to be catching up all these players in the Serie.
Which is why we need the Super League.
So as much as
You're begging
Juve
for
are going
that.
to lose players, I feel like a lot of other Serie teams are going to be losing
That's what I'm
players.
saying, bro. I listed them. Just wait for it come summer.
So
Yeah.
Zebra never changes his stripes. Juve got lucky. And downfall of Serie A is happening this summer. Catching a theater near you.
as
That
soon as,
means-
as soon as you thought it was going to come back,
That means Italy's winning the next World Cup
Yeah.
because they always win
2026.
the World Cup when something happens in the league.
2026,
Really?
Italy will win the World
Yeah.
Cup. You heard it here first. Me and Spatty said it
Remember
now.
Calciopoli?
Sure.
Italy won the World Cup.
2026 World
yeah,
Cup.
that's in 4 years from now, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
2026 World Cup. I even think you can do a thing in the Euros.
Back-to-back Euro, like Spain.
What, next year? Come on, bro. England are winning it.
Oh yeah,
Come on,
England.
man. What about that Italy team, man?
Who, bro?
Donnarumma,
Okay.
Di Lorenzo.
The backline's shambles.
That guy's still
Wow.
playing, bro.
Who's the backline?
Di Lorenzo, you mean that guy's
No,
still
Di
playing.
Lorenzo's good.
He's a youth.
He's great.
He's a youth. Bastoni.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. What else? Who's the second center back? They don't have anyone that good, unless the guy in Atalanta, Scalvini.
Scalvini.
Unless they get him to play, they're probably not going to play him, but he's a talent.
He's not going to start. Probably Bonucci.
No,
No,
Bonucci won't be on
come
the
on,
team.
come on, come on.
Left footed.
Left back,
Come on.
Spinazzola, if he get back into form.
Come on,
But
bro.
he's
Like,
probably
that
not
guy was
gonna
done
be.
after the injury, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Bunny, we'll play a 3-back.
They're gonna have to play 3-back. All their defenders play 3-back.
Bastoni, Scalvini.
And
Help me
Bonucci.
out here.
oh no,
Bonucci, bro.
you said the team.
Yeah, but both of you guys said they're going to win. Come on.
I said the World Cup. He said Euro.
Bastoni, Scalvini.
Bonucci.
No, it's not
Go
gonna.
on to the
Bonucci's gonna
mid.
be like 1,000 years old.
Doesn't matter. He's going to captain the side.
You think Romagnoli comes in?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, third center back's a little tough.
I don't know who the third center back's gonna be.
But midfield, you have Locatelli,
Yeah,
Verratti,
Verratti.
Tonali.
Oh no, Barella.
Midfield is insane. Pellegrini as well. Maybe off the bench. And then up top,
Gunotto,
Gnotto, Chiesa,
striker, Price, Kamaka. maybe Moise Keane if he keeps up his form.
That's a Euro Cup winning team, man.
Nah, come on,
man.
You island, you island.
Come
bro.
on.
You island, bro.
What do you mean?
Whole lot of mid.
A good midfield could win anything, man.
Yeah. Name me a better midfield than that Italy midfield.
Pedri, Gavi.
Rodri.
No.
Rodri.
No. What?
No.
How?
Pretty
No.
close.
I mean, no.
No.
How?
No.
How?
No.
How?
It's not.
How's it not?
It's
Italy
not
already-
better.
That midfield already beat them once.
Rice, Bellingham,
Ew. Rice.
Hendo.
No.
I have to throw
You
someone in
shut
there.
your mouth.
Of those two, okay, Spain, I'll give you 2.
France.
France, no.
What?
No, France is not better.
Chouameni, Camavinga.
No, that's not
Insert
better.
anyone else?
No.
That's not better than that.
Come on.
Fofana.
No, that's not better than that.
Come
No.
on, bro.
Italy, Verratti is one of the
Full-
best midfielders in the world.
Barella's also class.
See, come Euro, bro.
Right.
Couldn't see
Spain,
that
I'll
the
give
World
you
Cup?
2. England, I'll give you 1.
Okay.
Because Jude is.
He's the best
He
midfielder
is.
in the
Yeah,
world right
I'm
now.
just saying because Jude.
But yeah, boys. I think we'll wrap that up there.
Italy 2024
And 2026.
and 2026.
Nah, y'all
Possibly
wildin'.
2028 as well.
Y'all wildin', bro. Come on.
Serie
maybe-
coming back,
Maybe
man.
2030. I don't know.
I don't know about
Serie
that.
come back.
Serie downhill, bro.
Let us know in the comments who your team's going to sign from Juventus.
Who you guys gonna pick up?
We'll give you guys the 5 I named.
There you go. And with that, you already know who we are.
Coaches.
And with that, yo.